Okay guys, so I'm going to show you guys the knee separator that Chris Wojcik, one of my black belts, used in the quarterfinals at ADCC trials in Europe this weekend. A lot of people have been asking me the mechanics of it, things to do, how to avoid some arm injuries and some other things. So this is a position and a move we use from a lot of different spots, defending ashi against a standing opponent while you're on top, standing above your opponent, trying to pass open guard. I'm going to break down the version Chris did in his quarterfinals when your opponent is standing above you trying to pass. I'm going to point out a couple of key details that make this move effective. And I'll point out a couple of things that some people do wrong that lead to some injuries, or I've heard can lead to some injuries. I've never had that experience, but a few people have voiced that to me. So Ramses is going to be in my open guard, passing. And again, he's coming forward with the left knee. You're not going to be playing my De La Hiva looking to off balance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to come underneath the knee, get control. And then I'm going to throw my left leg over the top. Now, one thing people ask is, can't he go for a heel hook on this leg? And if I just lazy and leave this here, Ramses can. When I go for this, I turn my heel in, and two, my whole goal is that I need to get his heel and foot off the floor and bring it to his butt. So if he would go back for the heel, it's actually allow me to bring him in. As you can see now, my leg comes over the top of his leg, and I'm gonna triangle my legs. My thumb is aligned with his knee, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot my arm in deep and rotate my wrist so my thumb is now even, turning my wrist out. From here, I'm gonna drive my butt up into his butt so that his heel hits. I'm gonna extend, putting pressure in, okay? Now, some of the things people do wrong is they pull up like this. If I pull up into his knee, this is where I can hurt my arm. I've heard of people breaking their arms here because it's your arm against their leg. I am not doing that. I'm one, rotating, and two, I'm not gonna pull. I'm gonna drive my hip up. And the hip is what's actually going to create the tear and the break in the knee, not my arm. Some people think this is a calf slice, and while he may feel it in his calf, it's actually putting pressure in the knee. And I think about it, it should feel like his patella is popping off the knee, so we consider it a knee separator as opposed to a calf slicer. Again, you may feel some calf slice pain. And again, just so you can see a little clearly, I bring my arm this way, and then when I finish, I rotate. So the arm goes from flat to wide. It creates a much bigger fulcrum to open up the knee, and that's gonna create the pressure, okay? So I'll do it one more time. Again, Ramses passing my open guard, and again, he's bringing that knee forward. So, I'm playing my De La Hiva, stretching him out. I shoot through. As I get here, again, if he tries to grab the heel, I would pull up. That actually makes it much easier. Now notice, I'm on my hip, and again, my hand went from my thumb being aligned with his knee to my hand coming flat. Now from here, the key is I'm not using my arm. My arm is just holding his knee in place. It's my hips are gonna drive my butt and his heel in. As I do this, my heels will push back, putting a ton of pressure on his knee, getting the tap. If he's a really stubborn guy and he's trying to defend and putting pressure straight in the leg, I can just take my time. He's not going anywhere, and it's very, very hard for Ramses to get out of this position. If he tries to reach back and counter any kind of footlock, that's actually gonna put a ton of pressure on. If for some reason I'm having trouble tapping him, I can use it as a sweeping tool to come up and get into a good dominant position. So this is a great way to use that knee separator from the open guard from the bottom to create either the submission to tie your opponent out or go for the sweep. Hope that helps.